Hey y'all, welcome to the Filling Station. It's a new day, another opportunity to either make money in the market or to just learn from the market. But first, let me go ahead and give my disclaimer, y'all. I am not a financial advisor. I just enjoy teaching people how to build generational wealth. And yes, the stock market is just one of those avenues. So this video is for educational purposes only. If you could please like, share, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff, y'all, because we learn and we grow together. With that being said, let's get started. So we are now looking at Tesla. Tesla closed at 354.11. As you can see, y'all, look at this. We tried to come back up on this candle here to make a high of 355.83. Well, we made a high of 355. Let's say the high of this candle was 355.81. I had the 355.83 marked. That was a rejection place for us, right? So we definitely need to watch that because we could very well come back to this location. What's interesting is how we've been moving sideways or in this gathering spot, as I like to say, right? So where are the trouble places as of right now for Tesla? It is around this 355.83 area. Again, we've tested that once. If we should break through it this time, the next time, we could possibly have trouble 356.41. That could be a trouble place, which is not far from that ATR trail and stop at that 356.51. So that's very close, right? In my opinion, strong support, strong resistance is the ATR trail and stop. Now, if we should break that, we could possibly have trouble again, 357.11, breaking that level. We can have trouble 357.99, 358.48, and again 359.10. If we break that 359.10, we can have trouble 359.63, and again at 360.01. Now, what's interesting about Tesla today, it is an inside day candle, let's say that. So where are the trouble? Let me get the trouble places to the downside. If by chance we break under this 5 EMA, which is around 354.28, and these couple of moving averages here, which one being the 200 EMA. So we need to watch Tesla in this area around 353.44. If we break that and then break the 353.02, that is the 200 EMA on the weekly chart for Tesla. So I do have that marked as, I definitely need to watch that 353.02. Breaking that level, we can come back to 351.88. And if we break the 351.88, we can come back to 350.61. And breaking that brings us back to 350.02. Not far away, right? We have a lot of support. 350.02, 349.27 or 349.37, and then again at 348.75, 347.78. I did mention that Tesla is an inside day for today. That means if by chance we break above 359.10, we have an upside target for Tesla today at 361.87. Let me make sure that get close to that 3. It's 362. Let me correct that. So if we break beyond 359.10 for Tesla, that is our trigger to the upside. We should have an upside or possible upside target. Let me rephrase that. 362 is the target. To the downside, if we break under 350.02, downside target 347.50. So again, Tesla is an inside day candle. If you trade Tesla, I say so often, y'all trade carefully. Anything is possible. Nothing is guaranteed. Let's look at the SPY today just to see where we are. And it seems as if, the SPY closed at 611.49. We traded in this gathering spot here only to decline. We came down. Looks like we found some support, trying to make our way back to the upside. So where are the trouble places? We have 611.15, but we do have a couple of moving averages here, which is the 50 EMA and the 20 EMA. I'm going to use that as a resistance area. So if we should break beyond the 611.38 area for the SPY, we could have trouble again, 611.59. If we break the 611.59, that ATR trail and stop is at 611.85. If we should break that level, we could possibly have trouble again at that 612.18. If we break the 612.18, we can try to come back and retest that 612.31. It's interesting just seeing the spot in the 612 range, right? So back to the downside. Let's say under this level of 610.45, we could very well come back to 609.96. And again, here breaking that level, 609.54. If we break that 609.54, we have a 200 EMA as of now at the 609.02, which is not far from a level that I had marked at 608.87. So I will watch SPY in this area of 609.02 or the 609 area, and then the 608.87. Breaking that, we could very well come back to this 608.45. So I would definitely say if you're trading the SPY today, those are areas that we could possibly find support and or resistance. And keep in mind, I do believe we have the Fed minutes today. Again, the market can move in either direction. So if you are trading today, trade carefully. We are now looking at NVDA. NVDA too has been trading in this gathering spot for us. I'm going to see if I can make that a little bit bigger for us, right? So this has been the gathering spot, this zone here. As of now, our support area is right really at this 5 EMA 139.98. That's what's holding us up. Resistance I have marked at 140.08. Now if we break this 140.08 area, we could very well come back to the 140.24, which is not far away. Breaking that level, we can have trouble again at 140.42. And if we should break the 140.42 area, somewhere around the 140.67 and again at 140.93, those could be trouble places for NVIDIA. Now breaking the 140.93 area, we can come back to the 140.142 before we can find some rejection there. Breaking the 140.142, we'll have 141.64 and again at 141.88. So as of now, those are the trouble places to the upside for NVIDIA. Now to the downside, if we lose support at this 5 EMA, we can come back to the 139.72, which is not far from the 139.68, which is the 200 EMA. As of now, I did have that 139.71. It's interesting to see how these lines are kind of lining up with the lines that I've already had marked. I like to see that, right? It's just support and resistance, right? So where are the trouble places continuing for NVIDIA? Under 139.72, we have a few layers here at, I would say, 139.58 and again at 139.50. Breaking that 139.50, we can come back to 139.12. And if we break that 139.12, look how close it is to that ATR trail and stop at 139.04. So that could be a strong area of support for us. And as you can see, it has been a gathering spot for us before. So breaking that level, we could very well come back to 138.78 and 138.57. There's a few layers here at this 138.57. If we should break that, something stopped us at that 137.93 area. So if you are trading NVIDIA today, those are places to the upside and to the downside. Now, if by chance we break this 137.93, y'all, we can come back to 137.46, 137.14, and the 200 EMA as of right now is around the 136.74. And here again, it's really close to a line that I had already had marked at the 136.67. Y'all, it's just support and resistance. I love it. So again, if you are trading NVIDIA, these are areas to the upside and to the downside. I say so often, y'all, in the market, anything is possible. Nothing is guaranteed. So we are now looking at AMD. AMD closed at 114.28. As of now, this is our gathering spot. This is where price has been gathering. So as of now, support is around the 114.84. Technically, we're holding on this 5 EMA at the 115 area, but as you can see, I'm going to see if I can mark that. Normally when I do that, it's like a whole lot of other. Let's see if we can mark that today. As of now, we can see price gathered in this area here. That's where, the body of our candles are touching. That's where we are. So as of now, the smaller zone, more of a micro level, 114.83 as a support area. Well, let me rephrase that. The 5 EMA at 115 is our support, but under that we have the 114.81. So if by chance we hold at this support here at the 5 EMA as of now at the 115 area, where are the trouble places? Let's say that for AMD, right? So 115.20 could very well be a rejection place for us, breaking that 115.38, 115.50. If we break the 115.50, we have 115.55. So those are areas that I would watch AMD. Now beyond the 115.55, y'all, I have the 116.86 as the next level. I'm sure that something can stop us on the way, but I have the 116.86 breaking that 117.38, and if we break that 117.38, 118.26 could be a trouble place for AMD. Now to the downside, let's say under 114.83, 114.61, and then this 50 EMA is at 114.51. If we should break that, you see I have the 114.28, and it is very close to the ATR trailing stop I have at 114.22. So I would definitely watch that 114.22 area. Breaking that for AMD, we can come back to this level of 113.83. If we break that 113.83, it's down here we could come and find support at this 200 EMA at 113.08. And as you can see, I had the 113.01. So if you're trading AMD today, those are areas to the upside and to the downside. Again, not financial advice. I say so often, y'all, in the market, anything is possible. Nothing is guaranteed. Let's look at Netflix today just to see where we are. Netflix closed at $1,035.85. This is our gathering spot. As of now, looks like that 200 EMA is holding us up. That is our support area on this 30-minute chart around the $1,036.98. So where are the trouble places for Netflix? Back to the upside, breaking back above 140.92. We could very well have trouble at 142.70. Breaking that level, we have trouble here at 1043.92. So 1043.92, breaking that level, 1047.20. So I'm going to rephrase that or say that again because it sounded like I said one. So trouble places for Netflix as of now is $1,041.01, $1,042.75, $1,043.92, and again $1,047.19. It's just interesting saying that 1,000 for Netflix, right? If we should break that 1,047.19, we could possibly come back and have trouble here again at $1,061.28 and breaking that level. Y'all can see price gathered here in this area at the $1,065.12. So that could be a trouble place for us, and if we should break that, we can come back to the $1,068.69. So if you're trading Netflix today, those are areas to the upside and to the downside. Let's go to look at the downside under this 200 EMA right here at the 1,036.70 area. We can come back to $1,030.03 and breaking that $1,025.78. It just sounds interesting seeing that 1,000 level again for Netflix, because I remember when it was way down in the 600, 400, 500 range. But that's just Netflix. I like how it moves. If you can get in at the right time, it could be a very profitable trade. And Netflix normally moves about $23.55 per day, and again, that could be in either direction. So if you're trading Netflix, I would watch those levels. Again, not financial advice. Now, I was able to find a couple of inside day candles, Blink being one of those. Now, Blink, what I like to do with the inside day candles, it kind of just builds a watch list and gives a possible price target, right? So Blink, if by chance we break above $1.14, we have $1.19 as the target, not far away. Now, let me make sure I have that. I'm going to go to a bigger time frame. There we are. So if we break above $1.14, we have a target of $1.19. And if we break under 108, we have a downside target of 108, which is not far away. Blink was on the list as an inside day candle. GDX is also an inside day candle today above 41.74. We have 42.69 as the target, under 41.14, downside target $41 even. So if you trade GDX, it is an inside day candle. So I often say trade carefully. Let's look at Palantir just to see where we are. I'm going to go to a smaller, our 30-minute chart is where I like to look, right? So as of now, we came down, finding support at this 123.10. It's interesting to see Palantir at 123.10, but that is the market, y'all. Anything is possible, right? So 123.10 is a support place for us. Again, the 5 EMA is what's holding us up now, 123.72. And let's say where the trouble places to the upside. Right now, that resistance area is around 123.98, which is this 20 EMA on the 30-minute chart. If we break this level, we can come back to 124.27 and have some rejection or possible rejection area. 124.62, and we should break that 124.87. Breaking the 124.87, 125.02 could be a trouble place for Palantir. Now to the downside, under 123.10, we could possibly have trouble or support around 122.41, 121.99, and down here at 120.78 or 120.81. Let's say that if we should break the 120.81 for Palantir, 120.28 could be a trouble place. And there's a lot of support, as you can see, from the 119.88, 119.65, 119.30, which is not far from this 200 EMA at 119.22 is where I had marked the 119.30, and the 200 EMA is at the 119.22. That's very close. So losing this 50 EMA, and there's a few support areas right now. We could very well come back to the 119.22. Let's see how much Palantir normally moves per day. $6.88. That is the ATR, which is the average true range of how much the stock moves. And keep in mind, that could be in either direction. So if you're trading Palantir today, y'all, I say so often, trade carefully. So the market should be interesting today, y'all. There's some, again, I do believe the Fed minutes are today, so that could move the market again in either direction. But look, trading is not complicated, y'all. It's just finding a strategy that works best for you and learning the language and having the discipline. It's more of a discipline and mental, having the discipline to execute your plan, get out when you need to get out, set your stop loss, things like that. So again, I hope these videos are very, very helpful. I hope that everyone have a very profitable and a very, very productive day today. If you could, please like, share, comment, subscribe, all of that. Again, we learn and we grow together. So until next time, y'all, be blessed as well as a blessing unto others.